it's time to have a little fun. We're going to have a little fun experimenting today. Here's an image I took right out of the camera. It's a raw image, and I've done absolutely nothing to it. I'm going to show you a method that you can play around with and experiment with on your images. I made another image, and let me bring in the layers palette here. It's just a same size as the other image, and I'm gonna do a gradient on this image. And I've already created a gradient, and this is the gradient that I created. You can create your own. I've got a little blue, yellow, browns, and etc. and so forth, and you can create your own. So that's the gradient I created. And I'm going to hold down my shift key and go to the top of the image and bring it right down to the bottom. And that creates my gradient. Now, look up here and see the name of the image. It's called gradient.jpg. Okay, I'm going to move that out of the way right now. Okay, and we're going to go back to our original image. Now, here's the trick. Let's experiment by going up to Image, Adjustment, Match Color. And that brings this dialog box in. Now, I'm going to go down here to where it says Source. And I'm going to choose that gradient that we just created right here, gradient.jpg. And look what it's done to our image. Okay, now there's a few settings I can do here. Let me move this layers palette out of the way here to bring this up into view a little bit better. Here's a couple of things we can do here. Let's try hitting the neutralize and the fade. Let's see what that does. That looks pretty decent, you know, and we can play around with adjust the color intensity. It's difficult for me to bring this in here and have you also see the image at the same time. Well, we can play around with the color intensity. We can fool around with the luminance. And that's with the neutralize. Now, if we uncheck the neutralize, I think this image is going to work a little bit better. I'm sorry, I got to keep on moving this around. I got to see what I'm doing. So let's see. The color intensity looks pretty decent here. The luminance, I might have just hit it right on by accident right here. This looks pretty decent right here. I like that. Gives it a little bit more saturation, and I'm looking at the grass here as I'm doing this, and I'm also looking at the color red of the barn. I like this. I think I'm going to keep this one. So I'm going to click OK. And just to see how we did, this is the image Oops. Hold on a second. This is the image before we did the match color, and that's the image after the match color. And your results are gonna vary depending on how you set up your gradient. You can choose any colors you want. These are the colors that I chose, and you can choose your own colors. And again, I'm just going to show you to you real quick. That was before, and that's after. Which one looks better? I think the after looks good, pretty good. Thank you.